Aloha, Blues fans. Yes, it's me, Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm back for season 2 of the Blue Note Fan Report. I hope you like the new decor, change things up, wanted to spice it up. Gotta tell me what you think, because you know the Blue Note Fan Report is a program that is by a fan, for you the fans, and most definitely about you the fan. Well, I've got a good show lined up. Going to try and see if I can make them quicker than I were last year. So we're going to move right on into it. Unfortunately, I was unable to do a show for the season opener and before the second game, so I'm going to cover both those games and get into our road trip. So let's start with our Stanley Cup champion. Oh, wait a minute. Something ain't right. What's not right? Oh, I know. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. That's right. I got my shirt. And this is actually the first time I've worn it. Still got the tags in it. It's going back in the closet. I'm going to have to order another one. I really like it, and I don't want to ruin it. So, as we are the Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, let's get into that great, wondrous night on October 2nd. So, Tom Calhoun announces the team and then announces Alex Petrangelo and the Stanley Cup. Man, I had tears just flowing down my face as I was getting to watch that game. And the replay that I've watched over to that ceremony, seeing Steen and Tarasenko skating around the rink with that cup. Man, you fans, you were there. God, you don't know how much I wish I could have been there. It was just an amazing night. Now, let's rewind a little bit to the first game of last season against Winnipeg Jets. There was all this high hope, and the Blues came out and just flat laid an egg. They got beat 5-0 and 5-1. I mean, it was a ass whipping. Not this year. Not this year. First period. This is our 53rd anniversary, our 52nd season, and 53 seconds into the game, Sammy Blaze, he comes up with a beautiful goal from Perron and O'Reilly and just set up and he nails it. Just wow, 53 seconds in. It took a long time for us to get goals last year. 53 seconds in, just like in the playoffs. They were learned how to score quick. When they scored quick, usually good things happen. So, you're pumped up. Get on the power play at 7:55. The captain sitting in in Ovechkin's office. Pass from Falk and O'Reilly. Yep, just Falk gets his first point as a Blue. O'Reilly gets his second point of the season. And Petrangelo buries a power play goal. Power play, 1 for 1, 1,000%. Man, you're thinking, Well, about 8 minutes later at 15:37, Ovechkin parks in his office. And this isn't on a power play, so that's what's kind of bad. Carlson and Eller feed him the puck, and he beats Bennington. Now, I got to admit, that was a good shot. Bennington was not in a bad spot here. It was just a good shot. Give it all to Bennington. Well, up 2-1, you're thinking good things. Well, then comes the second period. And, second period, there was one point in the second period that the Washington Capitals had 10 scoring chances to none. And on one of those 10 scoring chances at 12:28, Orlov, in the opposite place on a power play, buries the puck from Jensen and Eller at 12:28. 2-2 tie. I mean, in this game, your heart's beating. Now, the second goal, it was a really good goal. I'm not going to fault Bennington too much for it. You really can't. Third period comes out. Blues played better. But Holtby had settled in, and so had Bennington. No one scores. We go into the 3-3. I'll talk about this in a second, but something's happening on 3 that I've noticed, and I think it's going to continue happening, and it may result in a change. But at 251, Varna from Carlson and Oshie, and they were just playing tic-tac-toe, and he beat Bennington, and I've heard people say Bennington should have had it. On this 3-on-3, sometimes there's some open holes. I don't know how much he should have had. I don't know how well he's seen it. Um, I think a lot of players, people might think he should have had it. I don't know. But the Blues lose in overtime, 3-2 to the Washington Capitals. Take a point, the Caps take 2. Now, takeaways from the game. It was a great start. Blues came out fast. They were hot. Really liked it. Second period, some really piss poor play. Most of the period, just they weren't there. I don't know what's going on. Third period was better. And then OT, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, this new style. What's starting to happen is early in this 3-on-3, you would see shots come off and a rebound. And what that rebound would do is open it up. And you'd have a breakaway or a odd man rush going the other way that normally scored. Well, teams have realized that. So to prevent that from happening, what they're doing is they're playing a lot of catch. They're passing the puck. They're skating around. They're putting the defense kind of loose and wearing them out. And what happens is you have 2 forwards and a defenseman normally. So what ends up happening is you get a breakdown, good pass, good shot, and you score. And that's what happened on the Varna goal. Shots in this game were 34-22. That was a concerning number. Power play. Washington was 1 for 3. Blues for 1 for 2. Special teams felt a little bit better. You think that they might be coming up, but you're wondering. Then on Saturday evening, afternoon my time, Dallas Stars, the new look Dallas Stars, who had lost their first game to Boston 2-1 at home, come to St. Louis. Now, Dallas has got a bone to pick. They thought that the Game 6 goal that, nearly killed Ben Bishop shouldn't have been allowed. The play should have been stopped, and, they felt that that was a lucky goal that Maroon scored in Game 7. They played a great Game 7. They talked about it a lot on TV. So in this game, you're thinking Dallas is going to be tough. But what do the Blues do? They come out. Perron at 121 from Blaze and Parayko. Beautiful, beautiful goal. I got to tell you, that breakout, it was a great breakout. Good skating. Wham. Now, this is where it gets kind of funny. The Blues are on a power play. Last year, the power play and the penalty kill were something we weren't happy with as fans. Get it, got it, we understood it. Well, this power play did the same thing. There was a missed assignment. Falk is new. They talked a little bit they paired him with Dunn. That was the difference in this game. They paired him with Dunn on this power play, and I don't know if Falk missed an assignment or Dunn missed an assignment, but it leaves Heiskanen wide open. He takes the puck. He skates down, shoots, and Bennington stops it. And the story, right? Nope. Schwartz decides to become Bowmeister and tips the puck in. You can't fault him. I think if Bennington drops his glove, freezes it, no problem. There was a star very close. The job was to try and get it out of the crease, and it did get it out of the crease, just in the wrong direction, but it makes it 1-1. Then comes the second period. Second period is the same crap. And actually, I was wrong. It wasn't it was Janmark that got the, sorry about that, Janmark that got the unassisted shorthanded goal. And I say unassisted because I think Schwartz should have got the assist on that one. Second period, at 13:21, Heiskanen scores. This is the same second period they played against Washington. It wasn't a good one. They're down 2-1, and it really looks like this game has changed, that Dallas is taking control of this game. Third period, at don't remember the exact timing, but it was early. Dallas scores to make it 3-1. However, and this is on a power play now. This is on a power play. Dallas scores, but St. Louis's coaches get down there. The video coach, I can't think of his name right away. I want to say Ray something, but I can't remember it. But they get down there, and they start looking at it, and they challenge it, and lo and behold, we win it. The goal's called back. The power play continues. They don't score, but at 4:27, Shen gets a great pass from Tarasenko and buries it. Schwartz on the other side of that. So Tarasenko gets his first point of the game, our first point of the season. Shen gets his first goal. And then comes a funny goal. Boom, boom, Gunderson at 10:25 just fires a puck towards the net. And what does it do? It hits Dunn right in the derriere, right in the ass. And from the ass, he directs it into the net. It may have hit something else, but Bishop just had no chance. It changed direction and whoop. So now it's 2-2. This makes that offsides call huge. Actually, it makes it 3-2. Sorry, it makes it 3-2. The Shin goal makes it 2-2. So, it could be a tie game, but instead of a tie game, we're ahead. The last minute and a half, another concerning thing happens. They have an empty net, and we can't seem to bury one. We had problems with that during the playoffs. I hope that ends, but that's the way it was. Shots in this game were 29 for Dallas, 30 for St. Louis, a better number, better control. Power play, both teams were 0 for 2. Some of my takeaways. Now, I know it's only 2 games into the season, but you're kind of looking for trends. You're looking for things that you see. So far, great starts. Great early starts. I mean, that's good. You're getting out there. You're not letting it. You're not showing the hangover. You're not showing that Stanley Cup hangover, and that's great. Special teams are a little bit better. They're not great. They're not good, but they're better, and we'll take it. Blaze has been impressive. Go, boy. Keep it up, man. I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep playing like that. Maybe you're going to become a superstar. Fan base is energized. Both games I've watched, those fans, you could feel it. I mean, I could feel it. I'm 4,000 miles away, and I could feel your energy. Fans, keep it going. Now, some things that are concerns. I don't want to say they're bad, but they're concerns. Things that I see as a concern. Second period play. 2 games in a row. 1 game, an accident. 2 games, 3 times is a trend. Our second time is a coincidence. Third time is a trend. We're too close to a trend. Really got to clean that up. Special teams. You're 1 for 4 on the power play. 25%, which is okay now, but I don't think it's going to keep up. I think it's going to go down. Your penalty kill has been better, but you've given up a shorthanded goal already. Something to be concerned about. The 2-goal lead loss against Washington, that was kind of hard to, we had a big problem with that last year, and you see it again, one time it happens. Let's see what goes. Now, in the groups, I had put a thing. I put a post in the We All Bleed Blue fan group, in my group, the Hawaii Blues Fan Clan, which you can find on Facebook, and on my Facebook page, the BlueNote Fan Report. What are your concerns? And Douglas Best came out and said, we are not playing as an aggressive. Seems like we're sitting back and just playing defense. Struggling with the second period and puck control and good passing. I mean, that's great points. We're doing great when it comes to penalty kills to a point, but the power play has room for improvement. Just what I was talking about. Fox looking good. A few more games, I think he'll be adjusted. Yeah, maybe. I see a little bit of a chemistry issue there, but they're getting better. Him with Dunn helped out a lot. Fabry hasn't done anything. I don't think he's had a chance yet. I think he's still learning, and I think he's still a little gun-shy over his injuries. Sanford didn't seem that great. I got to look a little better. I'm not sure about that. You were worried when Thomas came in with 1 preseason game. Seems like he's struggling, and it's shown the other night he hasn't seen the same yet. Give him some time. As for the rest of the guys, I think they're still overall playing great. Then he makes a really good point. Costin and Nolan are looking great for the Rampage. If Fabry and Sanford don't turn it around, I hope to see them get an opportunity. You know what? That's a really good point. And Costin, if he can clean up the penalties, I think he'll be great up here. And also, I think he can help Tarasenko, because that's the other thing right now that I'm concerned about, is Tarasenko is not having a great start to the season, and I think some of it may be injury. I think that the offseason surgery, he's still a little tender. Well, we'll see. So now, the Blues are going to go on a 4-game Eastern Conference road trip. This is an important road trip. First team we're going to see are the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs right now are 2-0-1. They've got 5 points and are +4. Players to watch on the Maple Leafs. Matthews, 5 goals already. Marner, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. Tavares, 3 assists. Barry, 4 assists, a +3. I mean, there's some players that can score some goals. But on the same time, their goaltending is blah. And it can be exploited, and it needs to be exploited. That's the Blues are going to win. And this is going to be the first away game as a Stanley Cup chance. It's the first time you're going to go into somebody else's building, and they're going to say, welcome, the defending Stanley Cup champion, St. Louis Blues. Every team out there is going to want you. This is probably going to be the toughest game of this road trip. Right? They play Ottawa, they play the Islanders, and I forget who the other team is. I'll have to look it up real quick. They need to play disciplined hockey. They've got to keep Matthews off the board. They've got to use what speed they have against them. That's how you shut down speed. You've got to get in the corners. You've got to puck control, what we talked about before. Now, the thing is, and this is what I'm looking at. Right now, the Blues have 75% of the possible points. That's really good. You want to get that number up. There are 164 points available in the season. Last year, Tampa Bay had 128 of them. Didn't get them that way. Blues had 99. So you're over 50%. You're right around the 60 range. And that's what's important to me, is your percentage of points earned. All right, points available. That's the important number. That's why when everyone talks about the Blues being in last place in January, I raise my hand and go, hey, really? No, they weren't, because they played less games than everybody else. They were actually about 24th in the league by percentage of points available. Big road trip. I wish the Blues luck. I'm really hoping for it. So for this game, I think the Blues should be able to win this one. I think it'll be tight. If they can keep Matthews off the board, Blues 3, Toronto 2. Mark it. So now it's time to be all about the fan. This is my favorite part of the show. This is when I get to highlight you guys, right? You're not just fans of the show, you're fans of the Blues, and I want to show you, and I want you to get out there and really be part of it. So about the fans, I have 4 segments. I have fan of the game, I have tattoo of the game, pet of the game, and fan cave of the week. Trying to show 1 fan cave a week. If you want to be one of those, be a fan of the game, or show your tattoo off, or pet of the game, you got a Blues pet, you want to show it off. The way to do it is you have to email me at Hawaii Blues Fan, it's one word, at hawaii.r.com. It's right here. Send me 3 to 5 pics. The more the better, and a description, a bio. Fan of the game, tell me about yourself. Tell me your favorite players, favorite memories of the Blues, you know, what the cup meant to you. That's a big one this year. Tattoo of the game. You know, if it's not obvious where it is, where's that on your body? Why did you get it? What's the meaning behind it? Who did it? Where did you get it done? Show me. You're going to see a good tattoo today. Pet of the game. Tell me about your pet. What breed it is, what type it is, you know, cat, dog, whatever. You know, what breed of cat, what breed of dog. If it's, I've had a sugar glider on here. That was a really interesting one. But show me, tell me about your pet. Send me 3 or 5 different pictures. If you named it after a Blues player or something like that. I had a lot of dogs that were named after Blues. Had a Jake the Snake last year. Love to see your pets. Fan cave of the week. Send me 3 or 5 pictures. Tell me about your fan cave. How you got it set it up. Why, what it means to you. What's your favorite piece of memorabilia? Show that stuff to me. Well, let's get into our fan of the game. This fan of the game, I've been asking me for a few months now, and I really was kind of cautious. This is the youngest fan of the game I've ever had, and this young man is Colton Massey. Colton is 5 months old. He was born on May 4th, 2019, and obvious he's named after Colton Parayko. His mom and dad are friends of mine through the show. They've emailed me, they've talked to me. They had their dog, their pet of the week. Their dog says, "Let's go Blues." I have it. I'm going to see if I can find the video. If I can't, I'll try and get it later. It's really pretty cool. At 5 months old, he's the youngest fan of the game. He's good looking, and they're raising him right. They are raising him. Look at this. Look at his shirt. Sorry I spit up on you, but I thought I saw a Blackhawks fan. You know what, Colton? Perfect little man. I know that you're going to be a huge Blues fan. I know your parents are huge Blues fans. Colton, I am more than honored to have you as the first fan of the game for the Stanley Cup champions, St. Louis Blues, for the 2019-2020 season. Thanks, Gina. And I know I should know your husband's name. It just slips my head. Shoot me later. I love you both. Colton, congratulations on being my fan of the game. Now for tattoo of the game. This is my first, and hopefully not last, Stanley Cup tattoo. This beautiful tattoo is on April Mosley. Now you got to look at this. This one is really cool. Now it started as a concept drawing. It's got the cup, the arch with 2019, and the colors around it. The blue at the bottom, the yellow in the middle, the blue flames at top, the blue note. It's just sitting there, the shading on this tattoo. It is really, really good. It was done by Travis Parmalee, and I actually think I've had tats done by him before. I don't completely remember. From Permanent Vacation Tattoo. Not completely sure where that is, but if you know, let me know. Put it in the notes down below so we can tell people. That's the thing with tattoos. I want to celebrate the tattoo shops in St. Louis and in the area that do these things. And if you want to get one, I want to help you know where to go. There are some good tattoo artists in St. Louis, and let's highlight them. Remember, email me, hawaiibluesfan@hawaii.rr.com. 3 to 5 pics, more the better. Tell me about it. You know, let me know. Gina, or April, I'm sorry. I got Gina on the ring. April, beautiful tattoo. It is outstanding. I love it. I'm glad to feature it as my first Stanley Cup tattoo. Don't have a pet of the game, and I don't have a fan of the game yet. I know there was someone that put their pet up, but I didn't have enough information to highlight it. I'll work on that. It's great to be back. I'm hoping that you enjoy the new surroundings. I got a new mic. I'm thinking that this might take away some of the peeps and pops that you were hearing before and the sounds of my fish tanks and that. Really hoping that the sound is much, much better, more clear, and that you really enjoy it. I enjoy doing the show, but I gotta admit, I almost didn't do it this season. Sometimes it gets really hard to do this, and I'm now working full time. It's going to be hard. I don't get to watch the games as much. I can't stay up till 3, 4 in the morning doing this like I did before. But I'm going to work hard to get shows out the best of my ability. I did the Rankin show. I hope you really like it. Hasn't gotten a lot of views yet, but the views that it has gotten, the comments are good. Comment about the show. Put them down below on YouTube. Put them in my group. Put them in other groups. Share these videos. Let's get them out. I have 366 subscribers. My goal, 500. 500 subscribers by the midpoint of the season, by game 41. Can you help me get there? I sure hope so. Well, you know, I'm bleeding blue with you, but I'm not the only one. I got a young man who's got something to say.
My name is Jackson, Hawaii Blues fan, and we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's
Jackson,
go Blues!
You're absolutely right. I am bleeding blue with you, boy. sir. And let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. And I hope your brother can join next time. Jackson's a huge fan of the show, and I love his energy. Jackson, you can come on my show and say, let's go Blues anytime you want. I'm bleeding blue with all of you. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you on the next Blue Note Fan Report. Aloha!